The views and opinions expressed during this program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not reflect the views of Explorewithsu. As such, this channel cannot be held liable for any legal actions arising from the content of this program.
Hello my besties, welcome to this channel. It's your girl Susu here. If you are not subscribed yet, please do well to subscribe, support this channel, like this video, comment and share. Thank you.
Also in a lot of stuff, including in Texas here. Let me clarify you of things because it's good to slow down, in taking a decision or siding, because as all of us are, we did not really know the root of all this, and so we're still waiting for this, the chief of staff, they're gonna come, the whole cabinet, to explain things for us. Do we ask ourselves, what is the job of Ojukwu's wife? That's where we have to start. That's where this thing that you see, she was the origin of all this. She went to the Finland ambassador in Nigeria to put stop on this declaration December 2nd. And who are the people that did you see where Nnamdi Kalu's wife met with her? That this was done before and people died of hunger, blah, blah, blah. Who during that time was Odumegwu Ojukwu that, saw what our people were going through. And he used everything that he has to set our people free. But sometimes you imagine why the wife of all these strong men are the problem instead of being supportive of their husband. And now she's using the success, and anybody saying success is a PA to Simon, it's not true. Simon is the person that he will use you to do whatever, the job. If you're capable of doing it, and it doesn't mean that you are the only person at that spot. Remember, Azuka's husband was the one doing the same thing Success was doing before. That one self, Simon called him a pig. But what happened at last? So it doesn't matter. And immediately Success came in. So he used different people to do the same job. We have to know this about Prime Minister. He used different people so that if he noticed anything about you, he will drop you immediately and pick up another person because he's monitoring you both. So he now used Success, the finance minister, Raf, and the what do you call it? The Minister of Information. So their plan was that declaration not to happen that December 2nd because they put court injunction on that day at 8 a.m. So that will stop. That's why this woman, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, and the cabinet took that immediate decision to have it on 29 because something was about to run down. And these people that I mentioned say, no, we have to leave it on that December 2nd. And they are aware what was about to happen on that December 2nd. So let's slow down and listen. They're coming out, I think this week or so, to clarify things, but we don't expect them to go all the way to give you the total background. They're going to tell you what we need to know, or we need to slow down. So many things is going on. The same the same thing that led Azuka out is the same thing the Minister of Finance is doing. Our people, the media, nobody pays them. Why was he paying them? Why? So we need to really slow down and listen to the government. They're working and it's capable hands. And also, you should know that maybe your job has come to an end here. You've done what you're supposed to do. Then another person in a higher level, see, when the COF came in, there was a lot of fight. Azuka fought her so bad. But look at where she is, because she's supposed to take this mantle to the next level. And she has done that. She made a call to, politician in Nigeria. We don't know why. So we have to give benefit. We're all watching. We're all looking. We're all seeing. We got to see this play out. It doesn't take time. Biafrans are wise men. They're real wise men. When I say wise men, I'm just using wise men and women. Highly educational, highly talented. When I talk about education, it's not like academic. There are people that didn't even break the four walls of that, but their wisdom is superpower. They're all in Biafra land. So please, let's slow down. And if you listen to this, if you watch this account, PM brought out 3 accounts. This mandate account was part of it. Do you understand what I mean? So somebody that is responsible for account, and you are called for meeting, you didn't answer couple times. And you want to hijack the struggle because you think you're holding the account. It doesn't work that way. We're talking about Biafrans, millions of people for just one person. So let us slow down. That's my point here. Bianca is doing back underground job in stopping this Biafra. Biafra is the one that present whatever Simon is happening. Finance, all these people are all involved. So let's slow down and listen to this cabinet. COF is not the only cabinet there. There are people, strong women, strong men working with her. If there is any mess up, they will question her. They will tell us. But this ones now fighting this, they're working with Bianca. And they are giving her information, what is going on. They wanted to interrupt that declaration. But the real people stood their ground and declared it on 29. That was what happened. So people don't know the root of where the problem is going. So let's slow down. Instead, be neutral. Be neutral. Listen, but time will tell. Time will tell. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister Doreen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution.
Thank you, my sister. Yeah, I'll be neutral. Guys, I'm neutral. I'm observing the two parts. So, just like what I discovered is the other part, they still maintain the same account, and the other guys, the finance, the COS is bringing the new dimension account. I went into the account and I saw that. You see, but let me not talk much. The account, but I'm neutral. I'm just trying to. I will listen to her tomorrow or next tomorrow. I don't know when they say they are coming with their cabinet. And again,
they've not specified the date, but they say sometime this week. They're gonna come and talk to Biafra. If you want, go to Simon Ekpa's. If you go to Simon Ekpa's S handle, you will see the 3 accounts that I mentioned there. They are written boldly there. 3 good accounts for Biafra.
It's not there. It's only one account is there. Biafran Republic.
Now, okay. I wish I can screenshot it and person. It's three good
Dave
accounts.
Francis,
Make a research very well.
Dave Francis, there are so many things you have not really verified well. That is why sometimes people say you calm down and follow up gradually. I know what your problem is. Not that you have a biased mind or you are attacking about. You really want to know, but you have to calm down to know. Like this very account you're talking, that mandate account.
Three accounts.
No, I've seen the 3 accounts. The dimension.
The finance minister you're talking about has paid money. He has made donation through that mandate account.
Yes, to that mandate account. Yes. It's three good accounts that Prime Minister listed out. Go to his head handle, search it very well. You see the 3 account. Mandate account is there. The finance minister also has deposited money into that mandate account. So mandate account is not something new. It's not like it's something new.
I don't have
the Prime Minister Simon knows about it.
Yeah, and I don't have
remember, we are moving to the next level.
Wait. So, we are not asking whether you have problem. Let me say something. No, we are not trying to convince you. You see, in my opinion, okay, the truths can never be hidden. It's just a matter of time. All these people following this guy that is clueless. You see, the guy they are following doesn't know nothing. I've listened to that guy, even with his statements, he has nothing upstairs. That you are making money does not mean that you are intelligent. Period. And again, he's boasting that he's fed Biafrans, that he's the only one. If you are claiming that you have been borrowing money, doing this, that Biafrans are owing you, why can't you do account of the ones that they have been paying? All the Biafrans donating money, you refuse, and you are claiming that you are Dangote.
You say what? You say he's boasting that what?
You never heard him saying that he's the one that we are owing him, that Biafrans are owing himself, that he's the one doing everything. Without him, that the convention wouldn't have held. Did you hear that or not from his mouth? The person you are supporting. Now, wait, again, let me tell you something. I have been on the background. You see me. I started from the time of Mazen Nandikano. We have been the ones with writing. We are fighting on the writing. Even I do some other things actually on the media. But I know I have my information very, very well because I take time to check everything. And again, use your own sense. Now, when somebody is blackmailing somebody, what does it mean? Do you know that this account you are saying, they started making people to feel like it's a new account? The same Aparawa that knows that this account have been the main account. Do you know the people they call the mandate New Dimension group? Do you know that we have a group called
I've been hearing the New Dimension. I hear about that in a long time, since last year.
So what do they do?
I don't know.
What do you know that they do? Now, let me tell you now, because that is why you need to have him. You don't have information. New Dimension Group, okay, are the backbone of this our movement. These are people that they come together. They can donate 10,000. They can donate 5,000. And they donate. Donate big money. PM does not joke with this dimension because they are the backbone. They don't make noise. You don't even. Some of them are anonymous. Now, do you know the leader of this New Dimension?
It's Ngozi Orabueze.
Have you heard the name?
Yes,
have you heard the name?
The one that is the leader of that
woman probably has donated more than everybody else, as you see her, but she doesn't make noise. I was in a meeting one day. Okay, I was in one of the donations. She said that everybody should donate and tell her what the amount is. She will double it. Have you heard that before? Has she said something like that? After donating, maybe that day they will get, let's say 20,000, 30,000. She will make it 60. And the finance minister came and said that he's the one that is the pillar of the whole. And you don't feel insulted as a Biafran? Even if you are putting $20, it's still money. Why would he say something like that? So sometimes, even when somebody is doing something correct with his mouth, you will now put two together to know the one that is actually causing commotion and the one that is trying not to even say. COS hasn't said anything against these people. Even in that speech that she made that you are talking about,
Never. She did
I
not say
was there, I
anything against
listened.
anybody. Never.
She never said anything against them. It's only
She
Adani
wasn't the one
Oramwa
that
that
brought
is
the
even
issue to the
bringing
media,
some of their secrets.
including the person they are mentioning his name, the success. Every one of us know that success comes on
They
Twitter
don't want
handle.
to say anything
Before she
about
comes
that
to Twitter,
success. So
our prime minister will tell him to join on the Twitter and talk and introduce him as his assistant on Twitter. It was only these people that came out and began to tell us that he's doing another job on the ground. That's why in this program that I don't speak about. I don't talk about them. I don't speak about it. I don't
So
talk
it
about
means
it.
success is not on the ground. What I want to know, it means success is not on the ground. It's in exile.
Listen. What I'm telling you that
PM
Mazi
never
Simon
said that.
ever told us what his job is. He's just a PA, and we always see him on Twitter. It is these people that came out and begin to interpret to us and tell the whole world, look at the job he's doing.
Yes.
Did Mazi Simon ever tell you anything that he's doing? Every one of you hear his name on Twitter. Anytime Mazi Simon come on Twitter, you hear him call success. Are you there? Give him time to speak. He will speak. And every other person speaks.
Exactly.
But all of a
And
sudden,
let me say something.
They are the same people that came and begin to tell the whole world, look at what he's doing.
They exposed him. Okay? They exposed him. And let me tell you something. PM never called him PA. Wait, all these PA. PM never called PA. I don't know why you people are giving people title. PM never used his mouth and called him PA. I started hearing it from Chiamaka Ajere and the rest. We can deduce from his job, but he never mentions people's name. The same thing with the men on the ground. These Imputus. PM never for once mentioned any name. Do you know why? That is intelligence. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's
come to this. I'm hardly online, but I work behind the scene. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Don't let my look fool you. I'm a senior citizen. Okay.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. I used to be a member of the advisory committee. So I know Simon, and then I know Ngozi, and Ima, Switzerland. But I had a back and neck surgery that sidelined me due to injury I sustained while I was serving in the U.S. Navy. I was the first Biafran to serve in the U.S. Navy. So I'm now retired. I also served in Biafra as a kid in BOF, Biafra Organization of Freedom Fighters. So I went through that war and survived it before I came to the U.S. after the war. So I see what is going on, and I'm disheartened. All I can say is that anybody that cannot see the truth are those who make mistakes. Ngozi Orabueze is the second in command of our struggle. When Simon appointed her as chief of staff, which is our structure, that made her second in command after Simon. There is no government where the defense minister or finance minister supersedes the chief of staff. I have degrees in political science also. So anybody trying to say that they are going to assume command, leadership over the COS is fooling the people. Okay, so we should all support our COS, including all the changes that she might have made. Simon is not in danger. Simon is not suffering. He's not being held by Nigeria. The Finnish law requires there are two types of arrests in Finland. Either they remand you to prison if your crime is so heinous that you become a threat to the public, and then there is house arrest. Simon is under house arrest. The only thing that they deprive him is freedom of movement and public access. He still has visitation by his family. Actually, he's at home enjoying. That's why he was able to see everything that happened on December 29. So when people, out of ignorance, think that, oh, he is incarcerated, Simon is not incarcerated. You have to understand the law of the country that is holding him, and it is in the West. So you either they remand you to full prison because he hasn't been convicted for that to happen. So at the present time, he's only being held in house arrest, which means he's at home, enjoying himself, eating gari, okay, but he just cannot communicate it to people outside. His movement is restricted. He cannot make a phone call, but he still has access to his family. So if he has any message to send out, he still can do that through his family. Anybody that they're allowed to visit him. So I want all this noise to stop on the social media. Those two individuals who think that they can claim the mantle of power because of Simon's absence, they are fooling themselves. Okay. We should throw all our backing behind the COS. She is our authority. Simon gave her that authority. In whatever she did, the changes she implemented, she announced, Simon gave her that authority. Without that, you plan ahead. When you are in a struggle like this, you plan ahead. It is not something a decision she arrived. Just immediately the Biafra was declared. These are plans someone had planned ahead of time that she should follow this structure. So she didn't make that decision. This decision was already made that after the declaration, Beji administration will be dissolved and new ones appointed because we are entering to a different phase of the struggle.
Yes.
We are no longer in the what stage were we in? Okay, we're no longer at that stage. We are now entering into recognition phase. Recognition phase requires people with authority, learned people who knows what diplomacy means, who knows who have contacts with people in power in other countries. You don't bring people who knows nothing about diplomacy, foreign relations, to handle that sphere of affairs. So that's why the changes he made, they needed that change. We are not going to, it's like you're going to be contacting people in foreign administrations. Those people are very learned. So how are you going to convince the other person on the other side that your cause is just, unless you send people equally learned who can handle the rigor of diplomacy. So that's why it's important that we all understand the need for the changes she made. I don't think she just woke up and said, "Okay, I'm going to dissolve the cabinet and appoint new ones because I'm now in charge." No, Simon already made these changes before he was called up. So she's just following what Simon already. Because I worked with Simon when I was a member of the advisory committee, so I know him, and I know Orabueze too, and a couple of others who were there at the time. So the defense minister or finance minister should humble themselves and accept the changes that was made. If they don't want to humble themselves and come back, then let them just stay on the sidelines and let Orabueze continue in what she's doing, the power or the authority she's been given. So I hope people at home, our angels who are doing the needful and protecting our home can hear this and stand behind Orabueze. We are not going to let them down. We'll continue to contribute our money and make sure they are all well taken care of, and let them not relent in the struggle or the fight against our sole enemy, the Nigerian government. Okay, that's all I have to. That's all I want to tell you.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you for that amazing contribution. You have just added more light into what we have been discussing. That is the beauty of it all. When we come online here, people join us. We hear the voice from the mothers, we hear from the fathers, we hear from the youths, we hear from the soft voice, we hear from the strong one. So that at the end of the day, you wouldn't say you didn't hear. If at the end of the day, you refuse to see reasons, you have yourself to blame. The decision is yours to make. You have to make the decision. Every information you need to have. What we are doing in Biafra, in the United States of Biafra government media, is to push those information that you need to hear. Even if you have a different version, you have an argument, you have a confusion, feel free to come into our program, ask questions. There are people that will answer you. Just like our elder that just came out now and gave that response. He has been there watching. If you ask a question that needs his contribution, he will come in and answer you. It is not just about me. I'm just anchoring the program, giving Biafrans opportunity to come and ask their questions and get the answers they need. Because more especially this time, I know that many Biafrans in Biafra land are worried. Many people in the homeland, they are worried, they are confused, they are afraid, they are scared, and all that. So when we come online like this, elders come and join us, our mothers come and join us, our sisters and brothers from all directions, both those who are inside and outside, both those who has been there before. You can imagine that our elder was speaking, he has been there, he has been inside there, and today he is outside. So it is not, no position is permanent. You can't say that today you are so minister, you will hold it forever. Once they tell you your own tenure is over, allow a new person to come in, it becomes a problem. It doesn't work that way. No position is permanent. You can be there tomorrow, and next tomorrow someone else will be there. Go ahead and speak. Who is speaking?
Yeah, I live in the United States, so I school here. Every government, not really government, every administration, government never ends. Okay, hearing that guy, the government doesn't end. Government is the operation of the institution of government. It doesn't end. What ends are administrations. Administrations come and go, but government remains. Okay, so let nobody be confused about our government. Our government did not dissolve. Our government still remains. It functions. It is the administration, those mandated to head each department. If one administrator, call it minister, agency, is the head doesn't perform well, the prime minister or his second in command in his absence has the right to remove the head of that department and appoint a new person. For one reason or the other, if the head of that department also has the right to resign, if anything should impede his performance, he has the right to resign and a new administrator will be appointed. So the government never ends. Our government is in existence. We redeclared our Independence Republic of Biafra. Our government continues to function, but each department head or those appointed to power, authority will come and go. Nobody is above the government. Okay? So we are not going to be like Nigeria, where individuals think that they own the whole country. Okay? Our government must persist to be excellent, to be effective, but anybody who is not qualified to contribute to the efficiency running of our government will be taken out. So those individuals, it may be ideology. If their ideology doesn't fit our system of government, then that person should not be there. Okay? No individual is greater than the whole of Biafra, no matter your contribution. If you contributed $1 billion, your money is still not greater than the whole, which is Biafra.
Absolutely.
And our government cannot be bought by an individual. Some of us donate. Nobody knows about nobody has ever seen our faces or anything like that. But behind the scene, people are contributing, and nobody sees their faces, or you don't see them coming online to say how much they contributed. That is what is called selflessness. Okay, selfishness are people who want to be in government for their own selfish interest. In this struggle, it's not about the individual.
It's not.
It's about our children, our children's children, for posterity. What is happening today, we don't want our children to go through it. Look, I don't want my family members to go through it. That's why I joined this struggle too, behind the scenes. I don't want any position, but I want my ideas to contribute my ideas of how we can be more effective. When I was with Simon, I will give my military experience, give him ideas about military, how our military should function. Okay, I contribute that. And I'm the one that introduced the concept of American concept of what did I call it again? Rugged individual. Okay, rugged individualism. I gave it to him, and I started seeing people write about rugged individualism because at school here, that's American concept of rugged individualism that we present in society. So that's the way I want our people to be, as rugged individualists. Okay, no one is greater than the other. We are all equal and whole. Okay, so united we stand, divided we fall. You can see the poems I post online. I don't know if you see it. Okay, we are all struggling, fighting ourselves, but the enemy has still usurped the very concept of your okay, forgetting my own poem. So it's online. I think I posted it here too. So read my poems. You see that it makes sense. We are all fighting each other. While your enemy is determined to uproot you, to take over your land, to kill you, to emasculate.
It's really sad. It's really sad. Go ahead.
Yes. emasculate your people and take over your land and make you prisoners in your own land. Okay. Okay. So it's not a good thing to witness. Okay. So if they succeed in doing that, forever you're going to remain. Our race, our people will vanish in history. You say the Assyrians we learn from. What do you think we learn from history? The Assyrians lost their lands and had to work for the conquerors. They became hewers of woods and drawers of water, though a little better than the slaves, but were fortunate to continue alive. There was some sort of intermarriage between them while the newcomers fed away. Mm. The Assyrians, in history, you don't hear about them again. The same thing happened to them. They were defeated, conquered, and today they have vanished in history because the people who conquered them just destroyed them and they are no longer heard about in history. We don't want that to be our history, that the Igbos will disappear because we allowed intra warrior to destroy us and allow the Fulani oligarchy to overtake our land. That would be something I cannot perceive. That is something I dread. If these people can't learn from the annals of history, that's why we study history, to see what happened to people in other generations before now.
Yes.
Because those things can happen. History is bound to repeat itself. Okay? Those things can happen to you. So we study history in order to avoid those mistakes that other people made in the past. We are living in those times that if we don't do the right thing to safeguard our own tribe, our own region, we are going to vanish in the annals of history. It may sound foreign and people are not listening. It may go from one year and pass through the other year, but until it happens to you, then you say, had I known. Nobody will say, had I known, because the reality is staring us on the face. The reality is facing us on the face. And I pity those at home. I'm here in comfort. I fought, I worked hard here, saved the country in the military. And I'm comfortable. I can send money. It doesn't matter how much money I send home to help my relatives who are at home. But they are all living in fear. You see? So that is why it will cost me nothing more than to see that my region, my people listen and do what history needs us to do. Fight for our freedom. Yes. Those who do not comprehend the relevance of the concept of historical time will always remain the blind recipients of inevitable change. We are being warned today. The handwriting on the wall is there for everybody to see. People are dying back home. Whether those who hasn't reached their doorsteps are those who still doubt. Until it reaches their doorsteps, then they will say, stop saying, had I known. There will be no time for you to say, had I known, because the enemy will be at your door. A word is sufficient for the wise.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. We really appreciate you for that very strong word of encouragement. And I believe that the Biafrans are encouraged. Please share this very video and this program to other people around you. Share to your family and friends, more especially if people in homeland share, so that our people will get encouraged. I know many people are disturbed. Share this video so that people can get the information. Information is key. It's very important. It's not just coming on the social media to shout. That is why we have different voices coming in. We thank God we have the opportunity to hear voices from all angles. It is very important. We are going to go home. Biafra have been declared, and there is no going back. Anybody that's trying to take us back is wasting time. We are not going back.
Never.
It's forward ever and backward never. So I've spent almost 4 hours on this program, and I think I have to round up so that I can be able to come back on the other program that I have. So before we now close, I want us to go on a closing remark from each and every one of us, the panelists that are here. We go on closing remarks, maybe 2 minutes before I round up the program, so that we can take some rest and come back again and continue, because this is not the time to stay away for too long because of many people expecting to hear from Biafran people. And the chief of staff is going to come with the cabinet to speak with Biafrans on the 12th. On the 12th, 8 p.m. I think somebody just posted it, I shared it. So everybody should wait for that very broadcast to come. We're going to stream it live, and you're going to watch. If it's going to be on the Zoom, I encourage everybody to join the Zoom and ask questions and make contributions also if it's going to be on the Zoom. But whatever be the case, I will stream it here live, and every one of us will watch. So let's start from my beloved brother Chu. Give us your closing remark. Word of encouragement to Biafrans as we take our rest and come back later. My brother Chu, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me very well?
Loud and clear.
All right. I greet our Mr. Eme, the veteran himself, actually American and all that. So I love his contribution because he cleared some things, and like some of the things we said already, he now puts stamp on it as a political analyst, from that point of view. And again, our sister Doreen made something very profound, or should I say, something that many people may not. I don't know whether some people heard what she said. And if you don't amplify something, it may not sell, or people may not hear it. She told us exactly what happened in Finland. Some people never wanted this declaration to happen. Okay? They wanted to to stop it. But somebody outsmarted them. Or should I say Biafrans? Okay?
Biafrans.
But the person that did it, at least that represented to do it, is the COS. And how come the same person is now the one sabotaging us? Do you know what that declaration means? Or else we don't know. Only that thing she did, the zoo will never forgive her. For the fact that she did it and outsmarted them, they are very angry. So Biafran should understand that. What's making sound?
That alarm system is smoke detector.
Okay. So I'm very happy that she mentioned that, and also everybody has come here to, at least most people, to understand that the government is what we are after. We need to protect it. It's our government, and it's not about individual. Okay, our father here made it very clear that when we are talking about government, we should understand that government can never be dissolved. And that is what people, as in government is there. And again, talking about that, what PM has been saying, he's talking about government in exile. Okay, now government in exile. We can't say that we are now in United States of Biafra without, doing away with the exile of 18. Now, people are saying that we are not in homeland. We are not yet in homeland, but they don't know that we need a document. That it's not about where you are; it's about the document. You can, okay, for example, you can open a company without even having an office, but you are a registered company. Okay, that is the first thing you do. You register a company. You may have a company on paper. That paper is very important. So that is what we are going through now. We are now having our new nation. We need to present not as in exile anymore. So anything about exile has been dissolved. So now coming to the cabinet and all that. So people are now, but you know what is happening? They are confusing our people over there on X space. So I understand what is going on. So Chooks, your duty and our duty is to come as often as we can to help the government and debunk all these lies. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have a
So
space today. We're having a space today.
thank you. And it's very, very important. And that is all I can say for Biafrans. Let us keep on listening to positive news, not all these negative people. People, 2 or 3 people cannot overthrow a government in the name of whatever they are talking. Okay. So I believe in this government and let us protect it. That is my own opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that amazing submission. Let's go to our beloved sister Doreen. Go ahead, Sister Doreen. Give us your word of encouragement as we round up.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. In fact, I woke up and I came to your website. I heard what was going on, so I decided to just, to jump in.
Thank you.
We need the media at this time. Like, we need the media more so that they can help us with correct information. And if the cabinet are coming, I think on the 12th or something,
yeah,
I will still check their airspace to know. So we need the media to join, and so that we can help, share the YouTube to our families back home, so they can also join to listen to the government speaking to us direct. Like our big dad said, a man with experience. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
People forget history. Remember, we used to have Umada. And when Umada was no more necessary and important, it was deserved. Some people didn't understand it. Some people thought it was a bad thing to deserve Umada. No, there are stages.
That's
Now
right.
it's another stage, diplomatic. Now, and we need people that can talk, people that can write, people that can, when they are moving, they're coming back with a bigger achievement. So these are stages, and people need to understand that we're in a different stage right now, the most delicate and important stage. So we need capable hands. So please, everybody need to pipe down, follow the government. Let's move. It's already late for anybody to go back. We can go back at this point.
That's right.
So all we need now is forward ever. Backward never. So thank you, my brothers, and everyone that spoke this morning. And we bear in mind and remember what do we think that Nigeria want to achieve by appointing Odumegwu Ojukwu's wife at this critical time of the Biafra people? We need to have that in mind. They want to achieve something, and they cannot achieve that without using our people. You know, an enemy cannot come from outside and just jump in. No, you have to use somebody in the house.
Yes.
Ukedino no, but ukedino here. Nazo dinangiga. That ilu, okakwara but it seems like our people forget that ilu. If you remember that ilu all the time, you'll be careful of your life anywhere personal. When you travel home, if somebody in your family will tell an outsider this person is home, and then they arrange for the kidnap. So it's always an insider that they will use. So let's bear that in mind. What is the job of Odumegwu Ojukwu's wife right now? That is a purpose. She's not just appointed for just ordinary appointed. No, that is a purpose. So we should always bear that in mind and understand that is a lot of underground job that is going on. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you and secure you. We appreciate your amazing contribution, the voice of a mother, and I believe many people have digested that word, and it will give them a lot of encouragement. And finally, let us hear once again on the closing word from our elder, Emma, and a veteran.
Amen.
Please take the stage and speak to us finally so that we can round up with that.
Okay, thank you once again.
Welcome, sir.
I have, okay, all I want to say is everybody should round and support Ngozi Orabueze. She's our Deputy Prime Minister now, both here and home. There should be no question about who is leading us right now until Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, comes out. I have no doubt that on May next year that he will be exonerated. He will be out.
You see?
Okay. So between now and May, Ngozi Orabueze is our Deputy Prime Minister and Chief of Staff. Everybody should back her up. Nobody else, even those who have been trying to form their own clique, should come back and join hands in steering this ship forward.
Yes.
If there are people at home who have any doubt at all, remove all doubts and support Ngozi Orabueze. Okay? When you are in a war, we cannot have two commanders. Okay? You only have one commander until your one commander who is leading you in that battle is killed. When he's killed, then the second in command takes over. You don't go to become your soldiers behind you. Don't start shouting, "Oh, who is to lead us now? Who is to lead us now?" Oh, your group will be wiped out. It doesn't take seconds when you start quarreling at the battlefield. Your group will be wiped out. That's the way. There are no second chances in war. Either you fight as one, or you lose the battle. We are in a war. We need to support our Deputy Prime Minister. We need to support our men back home. And they need to fight like their lives depend on it.
Yes.
And that's the way we are supposed to fight too. I have no sympathy for anybody that works for Nigeria work against us, Biafra. I have no sympathy. I had advised our Prime Minister long before that in a war, you take no prisoners. It's based on my experience. You take no prisoners. Those who are with us, either you are with us or you are against us.
Hmm.
And those who are against us, we don't want to fight a second war after we achieve Biafra. This is
No.
the time to eliminate all of them because we are in a war. After we get Biafra, I don't want to see those people trying to arouse a civil war between us, among ourselves. So, to me, as a military person, this is the time to do away with all those who are against us now than fighting a civil war among ourselves after we restore Biafra. So, I encourage everybody to do the right thing. Right now, the right thing to do is to support Ngozi Orabueze as our Deputy Prime Minister. Okay. And long live Biafra.
Thank you so much,
Biafra
sir.
or never.
Hello, my wonderful